All right, hello and welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to start chapter 2, which goes into some of the biggest or most influential early settlements, early cultures found across the world. We are specifically going to look at the term cultural hearth, which is something that we will see appear quite a bit throughout this chapter. And then we're going to look at new practices that were invented and made popular during this time period, as well as the formation of settlements. So today's key point is that today's section is an introduction to some of the most influential cultural hearths in early human development. So in a nutshell, what that means is today's going to be pretty short, but then the next few lessons are going to dive deeper into some of the things presented in today's lesson. So, new ideas, practices, and technologies began in places called cultural hearths. So, if we think back and remember, culture is a group's way of life, including the group's behaviors, beliefs, language, and cultures. Ancient cultural hearths spread ideas and practices that influenced the way that people did everyday things, from planting crops to burying their dead. New practices emerged in several cultural hearths around the same time. Between 8000 and 5000 BC, people living in different parts of the world began to develop new ways of community living. They began to practice new methods of domesticating animals and plants and living in settled communities. As settled societies thrived, they began to form more organized governments. People living in settled communities also built places of worship and expressed themselves artistically. Despite being separated by thousands of miles, ancient cultural hearths actually shared some similar geographic features. These features included mild climates, so not too hot, not too cold, fertile land. Remember, we learned last chapter that fertile means that things grow there easily, plants grow there easily, and access to rivers. Such favorable conditions allowed agriculture to flourish, and it also attracted new people to the area. As populations grew and migrated to other places, they took the new cultural practices with them. So, throughout this chapter, we're going to look at four specifically, of the several cultural hearths that developed during the Neolithic period. We're going to be looking at ones that developed in Southwest Asia, China, Mesoamerica, and North Africa. So these cultural hearths were located in widely scattered parts of the world. For example, Mesoamerica was located in present-day Mexico and Central America, which this one was thousands of miles away from Bampo, which was in China. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these different communities and different cultural hearths kind of mirror each other and mimic each other, since obviously these people didn't have the benefit of modern communication or transportation. Um, Even though these places were very far apart geographically, the new ideas and practices emerged and spread from places without the benefit of the internet or air travel. So each of these cultural hearths made an important contribution to surrounding cultures and regions. Simultaneously, the people living in these cultural hearths accepted new ideas themselves. They learned new ways of doing things from people who traveled from other places, and they absorbed the new ideas into their own cultures. So we will continue to learn this year that later cultures would be built upon the foundation that were established by these ancient cultural hearths. So all that to say, the main takeaway from this chapter, cultural hearths led to many advancements in human history and development. Thanks for listening, guys. Go ahead and check back in Canvas to see what your next job is. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.